is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide.
It's your friend Áine, and today we're going to cover how to build or get the best pet possible. You're going to unlock the power that's inside by doing the following. Going to your monster mat, looking for the pet that you want, and then hitting whatever you need to go down there because it will auto route you there. When it auto routes you there, you don't have to go into your guild chat and ask where each pet is. You don't need help, you can do it solo, but if you're going to mutate and breed it, you should do it together. Congratulations, we all have alts now, and we should probably use them for this. This is going to be one of the most expensive things you're going to build, besides possibly UU gear, and you should be paying attention to what you put into and what you build and how you build. The next important thing is to get rope from desk runs. Don't use your unbound ingots. Please don't waste your time doing this. You should pay attention to what you do before you stat, place, and run your pet. On your visit down there, you should go into the mall, get all your locks, and say, "Woo, I should use these." As soon as you use them, it is applicable to every pet. Every single pet will now have this ability, and you can stat slot skills so easy. These pets have a rate of decay, which is wait and you don't catch the pet that's already dropped for you, it will die. It'll die. And then you'll go right back to farming again. You do want to have your pets and you do want to be able to build them and mutate them into newer, stronger beasts and get level mines. Before we go any further, I'm going to tell you that you need to keep your pets on passive because if it is on active, it will attract mobs, enemies, and just wander off. The tank will thank you, and I will thank you because I won't have to do as much work. There is a stackable damage reduction buff that comes from owning pets. Use that to your advantage. The dragon is the most well pet out there. We're going to cover him more in depth later, but you should be paying attention to what the traits and the skills are. The traits and skills will help you build your pet more effectively, especially if you wish to be something that is more than just a heavy spender with no skill. So for skill points, you need to place your skill points exactly where they should go. Read over the little thing that says stat points and commit it to memory, because if you have MCrit, MTAC, and all the other stats, you will be able to correctly place it all into what you need. The next most important thing to take into account is what type of pet is your pet. If it is, say, the butterfly, then you should be paying attention to what the butterfly needs. The skills and the stats will help you. I cannot stress this enough. Read your pet skills. Dear Áine, why do you want a high level pet? You want a high level pet for the following reasons. It has a better quality and better quality skills that you can use and is more applicable to different subjects. Say different dungeons, different areas, different styles for yourself. Say hello to my friend Jay Phoenix in the comments if you've gotten this far. He is such a sweetheart, and you'll probably find him in the Blade Soul channel with Duen, who is the other Blade Soul for the server. If you build your pet wrong, call PETA on yourself. Before you start and you buy any of these pets, pay attention to the skills that people can sell on them or people are selling on them. This is a broken pet. It's fairly well, hasn't been released, and if you want to build it PvP because it's not going to do anything else for you in PvE. It is a full PvP pet. It has to help you in one way or another by being a debuffer. It is a Veno. It is not good for PvE, even if you say, I have a level 9 and it increases damage taken. Okay, it does. But the best thing that is going to help you is going to be that you need to control what goes onto this pet and how effectively it works. The most important part of, say, a debuffer pet is to make sure that it can do the debuffing. So this is a survivability-based pet. You can build vitality or constitution and mix the points either between mostly constitution, which is what I recommend, or say put some vitality. If you pull vitality this, I'm going to laugh at you because this pet doesn't have anything other than its debuffing to offer you. If you want to put DPS survivability skills in it, okay, you can enhance the DPS, but anything that says it is P attack or M attack does not show up. Doesn't work. It will not work. It has to be a basic skill that is entirely neutral towards damage, because otherwise you're just wasting your gold coins and your ingots there, and that is not fun. Take your time doing your research and looking over these pets to better help yourself in future. That is the whole goal of this video. And if you haven't seen this yet, it has not been released. That's why nobody has it right now. The Quillen here is a PvE only pet, and it says this much because of the words Slayer. The big bold words Slayer are for PvP only, and if you have one of these, it'll boost your DPS. It's a Matech pet, and the AoE is pretty nice, but you still have to do the comparison between Garuda and Quillen before you make a decision. This pet is better off with Matech and Dex as it will build up and help you more often. It is fully a DPS, so please build it like so. Make sure it has adequate hit, build to complement the DPS skills, and make sure that it will do plenty of damage. This will not do all the damage for you. You have to build for DPS on yourself, but this is going to help you enhance your DPS skills rather than sit there and flounder. As you unlock each skill and you begin to build it better, it will make your DPS go up and it will make your life easier. If you're squishy, the most important trait to have on this is the last trait, as it will make sure that you take no damage and keep you alive. So if you don't have a Quillen and you're really squishy, that's why this pet is good for you for PvE. You want as many skills unlocked as possible. The Groaning Trencher, there you go. Yes, I'm not going to continue the next line because if you haven't figured out what poem it is based off that, it's an address to Haggis by Robert Burns. But the more important thing is, this is a bird, not ye olde medieval dishware. This pet is an entirely PvP pet, as you can tell by the seal and the taking more damage when sealed. If you're going to build this pet, build it to survive, but you also need to build its DPS first and foremost. Because as long as it is nuking people like a wizard, it will make other people's lives are miserable and your life less miserable unless you get CC'd. When you look at the Tretchant, you should obviously build skills to complement it. That means you can crucible them or set them up to be able to be used in this situation. But overall, the Tretchant is PvP and it has good CC, so it's kind of like having your own tiny Blade Master or a wizard, specifically for that seal ability that it has. For every CC skill cast, your target is unable to cast a single skill, which will make your day easier. And please, in future, if you have one of these, build it correctly. Keep in mind that this pet is supposed to be as toxic as possible regarding the CC, so as long as it is CCing and unable to allow people to get away, it will effectively help you. The Garuda in itself can be used for PvP or PvE, depending on how you set and build it. It does need adequate hit, but here is the thing about this one. This is essentially a gunner that can only buff itself. So if you have it and you expect it to PDEF buff you, it won't do that. It is single shot, but it can multi-strike. The multi-strike skill is what makes it very interesting, because I have not seen this before. Say if you're looking at a Quillen versus a Garuda, the Quillen will do AoE, while the Garuda just does single shot with multi-hit. As you continue to look over the skills and try to make a decision between the two, make the decision that you believe is right for yourself, because you may have to get a different one or may have to get the other one. These haven't been fully tested yet. If you take this pet into PvP, it'll be able to focus one target and ruin their PDEF. The Phoenix is a full-on buffer pet that is born to die and needs to die in order to activate several of its skills and help you better. In order to do this, you should build it squishy, but you should also build it with skills that will consume its HP. That in turn will make it easier for it to die, and once it dies, it will resurrect itself and the whole cycle starts again. That is the whole purpose of this. You can get this pet from Mystic Odyssey. It is 30k ingots, I believe. Either way, I don't think this is going to be the best pet out there, but I still have yet to see. You should probably call him Vitality it. That's Constitution Vitality, because this pet here, the Moon Deity, is for survivability. It negates damage, it will continue to negate damage, and it has a capped heal at 10%. If you have a level 9, congratulations, you're a whale. Or you spent a ton of money, congratulations, you're a whale. The ultimate part of this pet is its survivability. It is all the survivability, that is all it is about, and that is all it will do, and how it will make your life easier. You need to survive to use it, and it needs to survive to heal you and make your life easier. This is going to be the most toxic of PvP pets if you want to survive. If you want to survive, this is your friend. You stat it, you build it, you create it, you will pick out skills to enhance the abilities that it has and go from there. The next important part about this pet is because her heal is capped, you cannot just sit here and stat vitality for 5,000 points. It will not do anything. She is not a DPS, she's only a support. All she will ever do for you is hit heal. Oh, I just got hit by an AoE, negate damage, heal. That is the whole purpose of this pet. Never DPS. She does not need to be focused on in that way, shape, or form. That is all it, and that is all you need to focus on. She does not need that 700k hit. She is good. She is strong. She is your friend. She is going to be your best friend if you are a PvPer. And if you go into PvE and it's a toxic dungeon, I'd say you could probably run her too, especially if you hope that the AoEs will not kill you. Take your time building this pet because of how expensive it will get in future. Here is another survivability pet. Stat vitality first because this pet has a healing ability, but the problem with this healing ability is that it is sort of just This pet is not a DPS pet, so if you stat it full dex, I'm going to question. You can stat it with dex just for the defensive stats, but the best part is to say you should stat it for vitality first, because the more vitality you have, the higher it will heal and the better it will be. For our friend the leopard here, that is a debuffer. It is essentially another version of the dragon. It has to do debuffing. Has to live, so constitution, vitality. The skills for survival are necessary, and the neutral DPS skills will help if you want it to do more DPS, but this pet needs to survive in order to annoy everyone. As long as it is annoying people, it is helping you stay alive, and that is the whole point. Our friend, the lovely little dino here, you can live part of Jurassic Park by having a dino. The dino has a bleed effect, it is excellent for P attack classes, and it will help you make your life easier. So if you have a dino, build its strength, and then you can say, oh, well, I can put some dex in there if I don't have enough hit. These will miss on high floors, especially the little low pets like this. So when you build, take into account that it has to be a DPS and it has to be tanky enough. The only thing that's going to be annoying about this pet is going to be the bleed, especially if you take it in a PvP situation. The turtle is a full vitality pet and is most useful in situations where you wish to survive. If you're going to take it PvP, I would say you could put Constitution in, but it is more important to enhance that shielding effect, because as long as that shielding effect is working, you will take less damage, and that is what is most important about this, especially if you have a level 9. The level 9 will negate damage upon its death by transferring a shield to you, and that is what is most important about this. Much like the other pets, this guy's a little bit weird, as he is purely PvE, and he is often being used by people who play PvE. If you take him PvP, he will not do enough damage or not do enough stun. He's a lot squishier and he will be a little bit more difficult to work with because he cannot stun quickly enough to hold everyone down. He is not like Trechend, but he is pretty weak in that regard. And if you want to use him, I would say he can help you, but I would not carry him around forever. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time. Have a good day.